Hey guys, Peter Chen here, recording another 500 Zoom live play video. I'm uploading videos every week, so if you enjoy these, please subscribe. On table 1, small blind opens. I am defending Jack 3 suited in the big blind. On table 2, opening cutoff with King Jack suited. With the King Jack, going to start off by betting small. And with the Jack 3 against the half pot bet, going to float. Have a lot of backdoor draws. And now when I'm check 2, I'm going to be mostly betting. On table 2, 3-betting King 9 suited, small blind versus cutoff. And with the Jack high, going to have to be betting again. I could rep the 4, but I think this is not a great hand to be betting big. On table 2, opening button with 6-4 suited. Table 2 on this flop, I'm going to do a lot of checking back, especially with bottom pair. And I'll check back again. On table 1, opening button with ace-6 suited. So I think this pair of sixes is pretty close now. I'm going to fold it. Maybe I'm supposed to call. On table 1, opening cutoff with Jack 8 suited, and on table 2, opening small blind with King 10 off. On table 2, 3-betting button versus cutoff with pocket 10s. And on table 1, defending big blind against cutoff with Jack 9. So the 10s here are a good hand to check back. Going to be doing that sometimes. And on table 1 now, I turn to flush. We're going to bet small. And the 10s, again, good to check. I think now with the Jack of diamonds, I can go for a big size. With the 10 here, not that much beats me. There's only the offsuit ace-jack, which might even bet. Might even bet itself on the turn, and then I guess Jack 9 suited. Table 1, I open button. On this flop, I think I'm going to be doing quite a bit of checking, and I have a pretty good hand to check, so I'm going to do that. And on table 2, I open cutoff with King 6 suited. The 9, I'm going to check again. And with the King 6, I could bet, I could check. Going to check this time. I kind of want to start betting this 9, but I think I still have weaker hands. Just being the button, I have a lot of pocket pairs and just ace high stuff. And the King 6, I'm going to check, hope to see a showdown. Hard to get value when I bet, but if it goes check check, I'm going to be winning a bunch. On table 1, opening small blind with Jack 10 suited. On table 1 with 7-6 suited on the button, facing the hijack open. Lots of good options here. I'm going to flat this time. So we face a big blind 3-bet. I think I'm supposed to fold this one. Might be mixed. I'll call. Not sure about this. On table 2, opening cutoff with ace-7 suited. So after the check check, I have bottom of range. Some pretty decent backdoor draws. Gonna go for a bet. On table 1, opening button with 10s. And on table 2, defending my big blind against this min open with queen 2 suited. Table 1, I'm going to defend blind versus blind with Jack 5. And with the queen high, I'm going to check one more time. Now folding the Jack high here. I might be close to calling, but I'm facing a pretty big bet on the 2 high card board. So I think now I can go for a bet with queen two. Can make some king high and ace high fold. On table one, opening button with ace king off. On table one, mostly going to be calling this, but I'll 3-bet this time. On table two, hijack opens, I have fives on the button. Going to flat. And now I think I can float the flop. On table one, defending big blind with 10-7. And now with the ace, I have a great hand to start bluffing with. All of my weaker hands turn top pair. I think the 10-7 is close to raise. Might be a slightly bad raise on the flop, but can't be too bad. And I'll just have to fold to this 3-bet. On table two, I'm going to defend big blind against cutoff with 3-2 suited. Goes check check, I hit bottom pair. I have a lot of options here. I think all of them are pretty reasonable. I don't have a strong opinion on what to do. I think check call, check raise, and bet are all pretty good. Opening small blind with ace-7 off on table two. And I'm going to start with a small bet here. On table one, opening hijack with pocket tens. On table two, I can 3-bet this, I can call this. I mostly want to be 3-betting, but I'm going to call this time. So we flop top and bottom pair. And against the bet, I think we have a great hand to raise. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. On table 1, I defended big blind against hijack open with ace-9 off. Pretty good flop for my hand. So I think I can either call or raise this. I'm going to call. Now we pick up a pair on the turn. And now I think I want to be betting this. I can get called by some worse hands. This is on the lower end of my value betting hands. I think if I had a 7, I would just check. But I think this is on the higher end of my hands that I want to bet the size with. So I think I have to call this raise. I'm not too happy about it, but we do run into ace-10 and take it down. On table 2, I open small blind, bet small on the flop, and now I check the turn. I'm going to be calling whatever bet I face, or if it goes check check. Now I think I'm strong enough to be value betting the river. I'm gonna go for a medium size. I get snap called by a 7. Pair of 7s, very reasonable hand to snap call with. On table 1, defending big blind against hijack open with jack 10 off. Flop an open ender. Going to be doing a lot of raising with this hand. We face a medium-sized bet. And I'm going to put in a raise. We get 3-bet. I think my only good option here is to call. And it becomes a great option when I hit a straight on the turn and face a pot-sized bet. I think now all I want to be doing is shoving when I'm already putting in so much of my stack with a call. And we run into kings. Very good result. On table 1, opening button with pocket 9s. On table 1, small blind opens, going to be 3-betting this sometimes, calling sometimes. So we 3-bet and take it down. On table 2, I opened 8-7 suited from the cutoff, face a 3-bet from the small blind. Going to be calling this. And folding to the pot size flop bet. On table 1, there is a limp. I'm going to limp behind with pocket fours. It's from a 15 big blind stack. Go 4 ways to the flop. I want to keep the pot small. I have a decent draw, but to the low end, and now I basically have a draw to nothing. So I'll be folding to this bet. And opening under the gun with pocket fives. On table 2, I 3-bet big blind versus cutoff with ace king. This is a very good flop for me. Going to start with a small bet. I could potentially even be betting bigger here. Good turn for me as well. I want to keep betting. On table 1, I'm going to defend my big blind with 9-5 suited against the small open. On table 2, I open ace-jack suited from the hijack, get 3-bet by the small blind. Going to be calling this. On table 2, we face a check. I could bet, I could check back. Going to check this time. And on table 1 with the 9, I'm just trying to show it down. I don't think I'm strong enough to call a bet on the 4 straight 3 flush board. So after the check on table 2, going to bet once with this. Seems very close. Maybe I could even just check it down. On table 1, opening hijack with king 7 suited. On table 2, big blind versus button with jack 8. Going to be calling this. Interesting hand here on table 1. We go 4 ways. The big blind leads out for pot. I have nothing, so just folding. And on table 2, flop goes check. Going to be betting this most of the time. I think small bet and medium bet both make sense. And on table 1, 3 betting 7-6 suited, big blind versus button. So we get called with our jacket. On the 2 river, I think I want to be betting big. I rep a lot of strong hands, and I have a lot of bluffs as well, none of them improved. On table 1, opening button with ace 9 off. We take it down with our jack high. On table 1, opening hijack with king 10 suited. On table 1, I'm going to be defending blind versus blind with pocket 2s. And on table 2, opening cutoff with ace queen off. I'm going to be calling the 2s to a small bet. I have a good hand to maybe turn into a bluff sometimes. I think especially on the king, a lot of my high card hands made something, so now I can start betting with my pocket 2s. And now this hand is very, very low down in my range. So I'm going to be betting it. With the ace queen on table 2, flop went check check, turn went check check. Again, now on the river, I'm pretty low in my range, so I'm going to bet it. I noticed in this video we unlocked a new throwable item. Oh, there are 2 here. I think it's the ghost. I will throw it at MN Roberts. I have a feeling you're watching this video, so if you are, please leave a comment. On table 1, defending the big blind with ace 3 off against button open. I'll throw more ghosts. Definitely the most fun part of poker is throwing things at people. Unfortunately, I can't throw poop here. I can throw a spider, which may or may not be worse. So here I flatted the button with sevens against the cutoff open. I could bet, I could check. And facing the turn bet, I think I just have to fold this. On table one, I opened button bet small on the flop. I think I want to be betting for a big size here, so I'll be checking this one back. Want a bit of a stronger draw to be betting big. And now folding the 10 high. On table two, opening cutoff with ace 10 off. On table two, opening button with ace 7 off. And folding to this 3-bet. I'm going to be ending the video here. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.